Hi, welcome to our channel Good News. What images of China come to mind when we talk about it? Made in China? Chinese cuisine or a Chinese holiday? My initial response is the Chinese aerospace building, from my point of view. Indeed, China has launched several spacecraft, including Tianzhou-3 and Shenzhou-14. My attention was recently caught by a notable Chinese aerospace mishap. Chinese cargo spacecraft Tianzhou-4 was successfully launched from the Wenchang Space Launch Site on May 10 at exactly 1:56 a.m., cutting into the night sky. This time, the lifting task was accomplished by the Long March 7 Tianzhou-5 carrier rocket. Additionally, it was the first time that the test and launch were finished in a single month. Compared to the Tianzhou-3 mission, the rocket's test and launch period is cut by 4 days. The spacecraft and rocket successfully separated after about 10 minutes, and the spacecraft then entered the planned orbit. The spacecraft's solar panels began to operate properly around 2:23 a.m. The launch mission has been a total success thus far. The Tianzhou-4 supply spacecraft successfully rendezvoused with the orbiting space station complex and docked at 8:54 a.m. The significance of the Tianzhou-4 cargo spacecraft's successful launch goes beyond merely being a successful space express. This is the first launch of the Long March series of launch vehicles and the 22nd launch mission in China's manned space effort. Flights in 420. As of right now, the Chinese space station's official building phase has begun. Follow our video to discover the allure of Chinese spacecraft now. Unexpectedly, China's Space Express was successfully launched into deep space. Let's start by examining the courier brother, Tianzhou-4. It stands 10.6 meters tall, has a 3.35 meter waist circumference, and weighs 13.5 tons. Although Tianzhou-4 is the first launch of the Chinese space station's building phase, it is the fourth expedition of the cargo delivery system. Additionally, it is rather evident what it must do to assist the Shenzhou-14 crew in bringing cargo. Due to the astronauts' extended stay on the space station and the supplies they require for breathing, eating, and other daily needs. To maintain, they must send the supply ship to the space station on schedule. This time, Tianzhou-4 is believed to have transported over 200 items of cargo in total, including systems for astronauts, space stations, space applications, and cargo vehicles. The weight of the incoming items totals around 6,000 kilograms and includes packed products and direct installation goods carrying an additional 750 kilos of propellant. The 3-person crew of Shenzhou-14 will be able to stay in orbit for 6 months while carrying out materials research, microgravity, aerospace medical investigations, and other space applications with the help of these supplies. Tianzhou-4 uses a range of cargo loading techniques, including cargo bags, brackets, and storage boxes, to guarantee the secure delivery of this batch of express. It is possible to dynamically configure the kind and volume of cargo to meet the demands of the space station. In addition, it has the capacity to perform activities related to space station operation support, including attitude and orbit control, grid-connected power supply, support for data transmission and telemetry, and space station experiment support. However, there are really 3 seniors before it, namely Tianzhou numbers 1, 2, and 3. They have the same number as this courier brother, and they are Tianzhou numbers 1, 2, and 3. I then began to wonder, which spacecraft launched the Space Express first? The Tianzhou-1 brother he driven the Long March 7 Tianzhou-2 carrier rocket with a 6.5-ton payload capacity to Tiangong-2 on April 20, 2017. On April 22, 2017, Tianzhou-1 finished its initial docking with Tiangong-2, and on September 22, 2017, it finished its mission by entering the atmosphere and igniting. May 29, 2021 saw the launch of Tianzhou-2. The Long March 7 Tianzhou carrier rocket served as its car, and on May 30 it successfully finished an autonomous and quick rendezvous with the Tianhe core module. Tianzhou-2 entered the atmosphere under control on March 31 of this year and has been in service for 9 months. On September 20, 2021, Tianzhou-3 was launched by driving the Long March 7 Tianzhou-4 carrier rocket. It successfully completed the rendezvous and docked with the combination of the Tianhe core module and Tianzhou-2. In order to accomplish the automated rendezvous and docking, Tianzhou-2 previously detached from the back port of the space station Sky and core module and flew around to the front port. The docking of Tianzhou-4 will be the same as that of the second brother and third brother at that time, since Tianzhou-3 is still clinging to its position. In other words, one guards the sky and the inner cabin together while the other is at the tail. This depicts the entire family of Tianzhou, China's space courier. We must thus learn more about the Long March 7 carrier rocket, which serves as the cargo spacecraft's car, in the coming section. What features does the Long March 7 carrier rocket have? The First Academy of Aerospace Science and Technology Group designed the Long March 7 launch vehicle, which represents a new generation of medium-sized launch vehicles for China. It is a 2.5-stage rocket powered entirely by liquid oxygen kerosene that can launch a 14-ton payload into low Earth orbit, where it can dock with the Chinese space station. As was previously established, the vehicle of the space couriers vary, ranging from the eldest brother to the third brother, or remotes 2, 3, and 4, respectively. So what makes the Long March 7 Tianzhou-5 carrier rocket, which is what lifted the Tianzhou-4, different? The China Beidou satellite navigation system has been upgraded to the first priority of satellite positioning, and the rocket flight reliability has been improved to 0.9838, reaching the highest level in the world, according to China Aerospace News. The Long March 7 carrier rocket has also undergone 17 technical advancements. The Long March 7 launch vehicle test team also streamlined the test and launch procedure, cutting the whole time to only 27 days. The launch site's operational efficiency was significantly increased thanks to the first-ever simultaneous loading of liquid oxygen and kerosene propellants, which also resulted in a 1/3 reduction in the working time prior to launch. Additionally, the Long March 7 rocket has an all-weather launch capability and can be parked for 24 hours following low-temperature refueling, according to Chinese news sources, to accommodate Hainan's hot and humid maritime climate and frequent typhoons. Liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen, and kerosene, all low-temperature fuels, are used in the next generation of launch vehicles, according to Zhu Pingping, an expert in rocket design from the General Department of the Rocket Academy. Liquid hydrogen may reach a temperature of 253 degrees Celsius, whereas liquid oxygen can reach a temperature of -183 degrees Celsius. The production of water, which is non-toxic and pollution-free and significantly increases the rocket's carrying capacity, occurs after the burning of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. All in all, in my opinion, up to now, with the successful launch of Tianzhou-4, the number of China's Long March series of launch vehicles has reached 420. But more importantly, it also means that the curtain of the construction phase of the Chinese space station has officially opened. The key battle to achieve the 3-step strategic goal of China's manned space project has begun. Thanks for watching in this video. You can add your ideas or suggestions below. Please keep following our channel and like our videos.